Good afternoon, Gareth Presh, founder of the World Health Innovation Summit. Delighted to welcome you to our partnership launch with the Quality Music Foundation. I'm joined by Ingolf Werdner, who is a good friend and also a world famous pianist. Ingolf, delighted to welcome you to the launch. Let's just start with a short introduction, perhaps, and then also if you could share the vision of the Quality Music Foundation.
Yeah, well, it's a pleasure to speak with you as always. As you said, my profession, my life was quite different than other musicians' lives, and it's important to just in a minute or two to say what happened in my life, because the Quality Music Foundation, everything that we do currently is growing out of this. It's a natural progression, so to speak. So I was starting the piano quite late in my life, when I was 14 years only. That is quite late for a professional. So I had to make up everything in the first years, and I was lucky and perseverant enough to play with the Orchestre National de France and in Krivine, one of the top orchestras in the world, only 4 years after I started playing the piano. So everything was a rocket start. And then I was as it is in life, it's a lot of ups and downs in life, but I managed to make then world career by being multiple prize winner of the biggest and most important piano competition in the world. And the rest is history. Played in 45 countries, something like this. I don't exactly know the number. Saw a lot of things and saw the problems that we have in music education, in everything actually concerning music, from professional education on to amateur education to school education and all of these things. So my wife and I, we're doing everything together. We co-found everything together, and we said, okay, hey, we know what's the problem in all these countries. We know what a possible solution is. So let's do it. And the Quality Music Foundation is one of these entities we started to make change. And it's primarily a research foundation. Like, it will fund and develop and initiate research programs in education, events centered on deeper fundamental study into the definition and what is actually quality music. I mean, we have a definition, a very clear one, but loads of research is needed. There's very little research done, although it's such a fundamental thing, because, as you know, music goes directly into the brain frequency. We hear quicker than we see. So that's why it's actually a very, very, very important topic for everybody, even if you're not aware of it. And we can't wait to get started.
Yeah, and I think, one of the reasons why we've decided to team up and partner is because, like, listening or making music, affects the brain. You've just described that, and it can promote health and well-being. And I think, what we want to try and do is, as a collective, working with the Quality Music Foundation, working with the World Health Innovation Summit, because our aim is to give people the tools to manage their own health and well-being. Music, a lot of people listen to music, and it does impact their health and well-being. So I think, from your perspective, Ingolf, like, where do you see the opportunity? I mean, you talked about the research and development. I mean, you have a lot of challenges we face. People are developing Alzheimer's, dementia, Parkinson's, but there is evidence now starting to come forward to show that music, sound, can influence and actually become a treatment. So I think that's where the exciting sort of opportunity is for us to work together.
Absolutely. And this is, I mean, for me, it's absolutely, I mean, I know the impact is fundamental. And as you said, there is absolute proof coming out now. I mean, like, in practical use, right? There's very little research done still. I mean, compared to the opportunity of music as influencing well-being, there's very little done. So let's put it this way. I mean, I know that, as you said, we all listen to music. Like 98% of people or so listen to music. Just very few are actually actively listening, in that sense that they understand that what they are listening to influences them biologically. So whatever our environment that we live in. Doesn't matter if it's what we eat, what we drink, music is one of these things. You let it into your brain directly. So so it's absolutely important, and can't wait to get started.
This is where I think it's going to be fascinating, because when you talk about the research and development, and you talk about the biological impact of listening to music, can you just share a little bit about that, Inga? Because I mean, you're a purist. You understand quality music, and a lot of us, and I would say myself included, would not understand quality music per se. And I think it'd be great to kind of for you to articulate that, and that's where I think where this partnership will really flourish.
Well, you see, I mean, we are doing already research, which I can't go into detail because of contracts and NDAs and stuff. But we can say that quality music is what many people are not aware of, that there are several layers to it, two main layers. So there's the composition layer, like what kind of frequency, what kind of harmonics, chords, melodies, etc. is. And there's the performance layer. How because the performance layer is very, very, very important, because unless you're a very, very skilled, trained musician, very few people can actually read a sheet of music and let it sound in their brain. Very few can do this. So the performance layer is sort of translating the substance of the music, and this translation is the one that goes into our ears and is decoded into electromagnetic signals, and the brain decodes it, and so on. It's there we go. So our research is focused on both of these layers, and especially a performance layer, because very few things are understood there. But we know it has a tremendous impact, because a great performance. There was just an article in the Italian newspaper in Milano. The biggest Italian newspaper was about that. They called me the music geneticist or geneticist. What's the English word for that? Doesn't matter. It's about a great performance of a piece can even a mediocre composition layer can be put into an excellent musical experience for the human, while a terrible performance layer can ruin even a very great compositional layer. And this is basically the core thing.
Well, I think we see this in, in care homes, for example. When music is played and it brings back the old memories, from patients who've had dementia, and it stimulates that. So I think that's where it's very exciting. I mean, this is just basically a short introduction today to the work that we intend to do as a partnership. Ingolf, just from your perspective, next 24 months, what's your intentions? What do you see happening here? And then also share with the audience, how can they find out more about the Quality Music Foundation?
Well, we have a website, qualitymusicfoundation.org, and we will found the foundation in the first quarter of 2025. And start the research work in 2025. But of course, we'll prepare everything before. There are several projects involved. We have deep tech, AI, machine learning research. Then we have neuroscience research connected to it. And as I said, all of that is to show how music impacts the body, how it can help people, how it can not only help, but how we to understand how the brain actually decodes complex quality music. Very little research is done on that, but we know it's a tremendous impact, because we all do it, we all feel it, but we don't have the numbers yet, and we will get them.
Well, absolutely. You can see it in the performance when people listen to music. You look at a lot of the professional footballers, sports, athletics, they listen to music. It gives them that energy, it picks you up. So there's no doubt in my mind.
Absolutely. And there's exactly. But as I said, it can be done better and worse. And that's the point. Music, yes, everybody likes to, listen to just what he's used to. But if you have actual scientific work done that says, yeah, this helps you more than that, that's the point.
Exactly, and it raises performance. Absolutely, no,
Yeah.
I'm fascinated by it. So look, we'll close this out. Look, it's great to have a brief introduction today. Everyone can follow this online. What's exciting me is in 5-10 years when we turn back the clock and we look at this recording and say, well, what have we achieved? That's what I'm looking for, because I know Ingolf is someone who, and Paulina, who set up the Quality Music. They are people who do things, get things done. That's what I'm excited about, being able to work with like-minded individuals. So watch this space. And so I'll just say thank you for everyone who's joined us, and looking forward to working with the Quality Music Foundation. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.